You know, Tom, since the 70s, I've heard people talking about air ride, air suspension, and today your Tesla has it as well. Is that the same technology that's been around for 50 years?
Well, some of the technology is the same. They all have air compressors that pressurize a part, but the part varies quite a bit. From the 70s, it was probably air shocks, where you were replacing the hydraulic shock absorber with a shock absorber that they can pressurize with air to raise the vehicle height up independent of the load. So you load up the back of your car and you can raise it up so it's not sagging. There can be an aftermarket part where you install it and you have a switch where you adjust it, and some cars have it as original equipment, so the computer is adjusting the height. The other thing you'll hear about is air springs. Instead of the shock absorber, you're replacing the coil spring with an air bladder that raises the vehicle up, and it can actually smooth out the ride even when the vehicle's not loaded, so you don't have the jounce in the back of a pickup truck. And with these, you still have the hydraulic shock absorber, so you need to replace that as part of maintenance. If you don't replace the shock absorber, you'll wear out the air spring faster and other suspension parts. Your braking won't be as good. The final one is the air strut, where the strut takes over the job of the spring. It's actually part of the architecture of the suspension. Like with the Tesla, you have those at each corner, and you have a computer that can adjust the ride height for each individual corner of the vehicle. So you're going around a corner, you increase the pressure on this side and lower the pressure on that side. And a lot of vehicles are moving to that, like the Ram trucks had air springs, they're moving to air struts because you get that computer control for each corner of the vehicle.
You can buy the parts from RockAuto.com, but then installing them yourself, how easy is that compared to putting the old springs in like you used to have to do?
Well, yeah, the air shocks will bolt in like conventional hydraulic shocks. The air springs can actually be easier than coil springs. You're just deflating the old air spring and taking it out and popping in the new one. So yeah, if you can do it with the old conventional hydraulic systems, you can do it with an air system too.
You can do it yourself. You can get the parts at RockAuto.com. Whether you're installing air shocks in an old vehicle or maintaining a system that already has air suspension, they have all the parts your car will ever need.